Justin Baldoni faces sexual harassment allegations, a complex case of contradictions and conflict. Justin Baldoni, the 40-year-old actor, director, and author, has built his career on an image of vulnerability, progressiveness, and advocacy for a redefined version of masculinity. Known for his breakout role as Raphael Solano on Jane the Virgin, and for directing projects like 5 Feet Apart, Baldoni has been lauded for his work in challenging toxic masculinity through his memoir, Man Enough, Undefining Masculinity, and his TED Talk on the subject. However, a sexual harassment lawsuit filed by his IT facility show It Ends With Us co-star Blake Lively has cast a dark shadow over his carefully curated public persona. The allegations have sent shockwaves through Hollywood, sparking heated conversations about power dynamics, workplace harassment, and the complexity of personal identity. Lively's accusations, coupled with scathing remarks from journalist Andrew Billen, reveal a deeply conflicted man who seems caught between his ideals and actions. As Baldoni faces mounting scrutiny, the implications of this case extend far beyond the individual, reflecting broader societal issues about accountability and authenticity. Details of the lawsuit: allegations of inappropriate behavior. Blake Lively's lawsuit against Justin Baldoni outlines serious allegations of sexual harassment and misconduct during the filming of It Ends With Us. Lively, a respected actress with a long-standing career in Hollywood, accuses Baldoni of engaging in behavior that created a hostile and unsafe work environment. Among the allegations are claims that Baldoni displayed explicit videos and images of other women while discussing his struggles with pornography addiction. In one particularly shocking accusation, Lively claims that Baldoni showed her a private video of his wife in a compromising situation, an act that left her feeling deeply uncomfortable. Other incidents cited in the lawsuit include Baldoni barging into Lively's trailer while she was nude or breastfeeding and making inappropriate sexual remarks to her and other female staff members on set. The lawsuit also accuses Baldoni of retaliating against Lively after she voiced her concerns. Lively claims that Baldoni orchestrated a smear campaign to damage her reputation, making it clear that speaking out against his behavior came at a professional cost. For Lively, the lawsuit is not only about seeking justice for herself, but also about exposing the pervasive issues of harassment and abuse in Hollywood. Andrew Billen's perspective: a conflict of image and reality. As the allegations against Baldoni dominate headlines, journalist Andrew Billen has added his voice to the growing criticism. Billen, who interviewed Baldoni in 2021 following the release of his memoir, described him as the most conflicted person he had ever encountered. Billen's observations offer a striking contrast between Baldoni's public image and his private behavior. According to Billen, Baldoni portrays himself as a devoted husband, loving father, and passionate advocate for gender equality. His book and public appearances emphasize vulnerability, emotional honesty, and a rejection of traditional, toxic ideals of masculinity. However, Billen's account paints a more troubling picture. Billen describes Baldoni as a man deeply entrenched in contradictions. While he publicly advocates for respect and equality, Billen claims Baldoni has a materialistic side, indulging in fast cars and an obsession with his physical appearance. The journalist even labeled Baldoni as a porn addict, suggesting that his relationship with explicit content and his own body reflects an ongoing struggle to reconcile his beliefs with his actions. Baldoni's admission: the roots of addiction and inner conflict. In his 2021 memoir, Baldoni openly discussed his lifelong struggle with pornography addiction. He revealed that his exposure to explicit content began at a young age, around 10 or 11 years old, and had a profound impact on his sexuality and self-perception. According to Baldoni, this early addiction shaped his relationships with women and his understanding of masculinity, creating patterns of objectification and shame that he continues to grapple with as an adult. Baldoni grew up in a strict religious household, practicing the Baha'i faith, which forbids alcohol consumption, premarital sex, and other behaviors considered morally compromising. Despite these teachings, Baldoni found himself drawn to pornography as a form of escapism, a contradiction that fueled feelings of guilt, and self-loathing. In interviews, Baldoni has described the difficulty of navigating these conflicting influences. On one hand, his faith encouraged him to value modesty and respect, while on the other, his addiction to pornography created a dissonance that he struggled to reconcile. This duality, he claims, informed his decision to speak out about redefining masculinity and addressing the harmful effects of societal expectations. The broader implications of the allegations. The lawsuit against Baldoni comes at a time when Hollywood is still reckoning with the aftermath of the Me Too movement. Over the past several years, the entertainment industry has seen numerous high-profile figures face allegations of sexual misconduct, leading to a broader conversation about accountability and systemic change. Baldoni's case is particularly complicated because of his public advocacy for gender equality. As someone who has positioned himself as a champion of women's rights and a critic of toxic masculinity, the allegations of harassment and inappropriate behavior carry an added layer of hypocrisy. For critics, this raises questions about the authenticity of Baldoni's advocacy and whether his public persona is merely a facade. The lawsuit also underscores the challenges faced by women in the industry, even in a post-Me Too era. Despite the progress made in exposing and addressing harassment, Lively's accusations highlight the persistence of toxic power dynamics and the difficulty of holding powerful men accountable. Public and industry reactions. The public response to the allegations has been polarizing. While some fans and colleagues have expressed shock and disappointment, others have defended Baldoni, citing his openness about his struggles and his efforts to promote positive change. Within the industry, however, the fallout has been significant. Several organizations and projects associated with Baldoni have issued statements distancing themselves from him, and his future in Hollywood remains uncertain. The lawsuit has also sparked renewed discussions about the importance of creating safer and more inclusive work environments in the entertainment industry. Conclusion: a moment of reckoning. The allegations against Justin Baldoni represent a moment of reckoning for the actor and director as well as for the industry as a whole. The contrast between Baldoni's public image and the behavior described in Lively's lawsuit highlights the complexities of identity and accountability. For Baldoni, the road ahead will be challenging. Whether he chooses to address the allegations head-on or retreat from the public eye, his case serves as a stark reminder that advocacy and self-reflection must be matched by consistent actions. For Hollywood, the lawsuit is yet another reminder of the work that remains to be done in addressing harassment and fostering genuine accountability. As the legal battle unfolds, the industry and the public will be watching closely, not just to see how Baldoni responds, but also to gauge how far Hollywood has come and how far it still needs to go in creating a culture of respect and equality.